Yes, you already know what it is. Two of the best bad guys in the biz. I go by the name of Steph Ronin. That's my main man, Aaron McKee.
What up, y'all?
And we are your 4-4 Heelz. And we'd like to welcome you to Word on the Street. Let's get into it, man.
We gonna start with Karrion Kross, bro. The resident brother. He says he wants the flexibility. He's on the Ariel Helwani show. He wants the flexibility from WWE just to give the fans what they want. That's all he wants, bro. How you feel about that?
I definitely feel him on that.
Yeah.
Look, and his choice of words was very, very selective. If you pay attention, to have the flexibility of giving the fans what they want. Just think about that line.
It wasn't what he wanted. It's what the fans wanted.
Fans wanted.
Yeah.
And this is a man who sold out his T-shirts in the stadiums, who sell T-shirts online. And we don't see him featured enough. We see him on Main Event. He had a great match not a great match, it was a decent match against Tyler Bates because it was very short. That's why.
Yeah.
No promo package, no interview, no nothing for this past Monday. Now I'm starting to realize why when people online, and I'm gonna be honest, this is why he probably didn't respond to our post that we put it up. He said people are misconstruing, have this misconception that I'm disgruntled. I'm not.
Yeah. He's not. I'm
just hungry.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you guys right now, the hashtag push Karrion Kross. Anything that you want to say about Karrion Kross, us as fans, that's what we want to see. But Karrion Kross is a smart businessman. He ain't gonna kick the hornet's nest. You know what I'm saying? So he said, he's not gonna support any kind of banter of him. Of us complaining about why not using Karrion Kross. He's not gonna support that. So I'm just letting you know. I learned my lesson already. I said, oh, I get it now. I've been got it. I got the message crossed. So I got the message. He doesn't want to kick the hornet's nest. But yeah, I agree with him. Give the fans what they want. Like, why not? Like, let me ask you this. What do you think is the holdup is, man?
I just think they're like, okay, so if I'm Triple H, I don't have any stories for Karrion Kross. I don't have nothing for him but some backstage getting in the minds, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
The crowd takes a liking to him, all this good stuff. I have other stories I've already booked for the show. Like Triple H always said in that WrestleMania documentary, he puts the destination at the end and we try and get to the work. I can't put another destination for Karrion Kross to be any type of champion because I have all these other storylines I need to work. They're just waiting for the right time to put the storyline in. And that's why I text you. I was like, if he doesn't have anything at SummerSlam, that's when we have a problem. Okay. If he doesn't get a match at Money in the Bank, if he's not even in the Money in the Bank fucking match, I'm not mad yet. I'm not mad. Night of Champions happens after Money in the Bank. I'm not mad yet. But if we get to SummerSlam and there's 2 fucking nights at SummerSlam and he has nothing, I'm mad. And you got to think too, because he said at WrestleMania he had nothing night 1 and night 2. They called him the day of night 2 to add him to that AJ Logan match. So they do see the online shit. They do see that.
Right.
And they realized they needed to add Karrion Kross to this fucking WrestleMania somehow. And what he say? He was grateful for it. He wasn't upset.
Yeah.
Nothing. He was grateful they added him to it. But like for people to be like, he needs to be world champion right now. That's a little excessive, guys.
Yeah.
That's a little. Do you think he has a chance to win Money in the Bank, the ladder match? Could they pivot to a Karrion Kross winning the Money in the Bank ladder?
Do I think he does? Yes, I do think he does.
Because he wasn't the plan. When they started the year, I guarantee they had a plan for Money in the Bank and who's winning Money in the Bank. And it was not Karrion Kross to start the year.
No,
as much as we love Karrion Kross, it wasn't Karrion Kross.
No, it wasn't. No,
Will they pivot to Karrion Kross?
This is all true. That would be good. That would be good business if they did. That would be good business if they pivot to Karrion Kross to win Money in the Bank. Okay, the crowd he'll blow the roof off the crowd. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, my only thing is the character of Karrion Kross. Does he need something like a Money in the Bank to become champion? I don't see it. I don't see it. It just doesn't go with his persona to me to carry around that briefcase all this time and then cash it in when someone's at the lowest point, because Karrion Kross is that type of guy. He can just bust your ass.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So they got to find another way to try to get him involved into the championship picture without being,
Yeah.
with the Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Now, would I be upset if he did win? I wouldn't. I'll be happy as hell. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? But I just feel like there's another avenue for a talent like that to get his way to the championship. Now, let's talk about your boy, Logan Paul. The storyline that we are embarking on, and I can go ahead and say it was here said first on the 44 Hill podcast. It's the devil you know versus the devils you don't. And that is the storyline that is going to take place between Karrion Kross and Logan Paul.
Yeah,
the
I definitely
Maverick.
think it's him. I definitely think it's going to be that storyline for sure.
Well, give me a time and date.
I would
Give me a
say
date.
after Saturday Night Main Event, they're going to start setting up Karrion Kross versus Logan Paul. Will they wrestle at Night of Champions or will they wrestle at Money in the Bank? I don't know. Will they even wrestle on a pay-per-view? I don't know. But the next feud for Logan Paul is Karrion Kross. Does Karrion Kross get involved at Saturday Night Main Event?
I say yes.
Maybe. Yes, to
yes.
cost Logan Paul. Because all you hear Karrion Kross talk about recently, the promo, everything, Ariel Helwani, Logan Paul.
Yeah.
It makes sense. If they don't go this direction, I don't know why the fuck you was talking about Logan Paul.
he told him, he said, I don't have a problem with outsiders coming into our business.
Yeah.
He said, as long as I can hit him with a chair. If I can hit you with a chair, can I hit you with a chair?
Yeah.
Then you'll be
and
fine.
that'd be funny. Saturday Night Main Event, he hits Logan Paul with a chair.
That'd
be hilarious. Hilarious, bro. Hilarious.
Hey, but I gotta say it one more time. Karrion motherfucking Kross.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
Man, but yeah.
All right, what you got, bro?
All right.
Word on the streets.
We're gonna keep it in the E. Let's do a little convert, right? Cena's heel turn is a waste, definitely for his last year. I think we all can agree with that right now, right? It hasn't been
unless if he stays heel all year, I'll be happy with it. If he goes babyface again, I'm gonna be pissed.
But at the rate that his heel turn has been going, even if it stays the whole year, do you still think like, it's
no?
not?
It's because he's part-time. That's what pisses me off. Because he said he was dedicating this whole year to being in WWE, and then all of a sudden we get this fucking countdown of how many dates he has left, and he brought all that shit up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So to me, I feel like it's tainted.
It is tainted. But you know what I just thought about, bro? I was thinking about this the other day, and I literally wrote this down. I said, we would have liked to get the resemblance and the remembrance of the old John Cena, the Super Cena. Because since it's on his way out, why not give us the old Cena, right? Why not give us the Super Cena? Why not give out those crazy, powerful promos? Why not do that, right? And then I thought about it. I said, if WWE would have done that, we would have been bitching. Why didn't they turn him heel?
Yeah, we're bitching regardless.
We're gonna bitch regardless. So there was no win-win for the WWE in this shit.
Yeah,
because we was gonna bitch about whether it kept him face or they would have turned him heel. We would have been bitching about the shit anyway. So that's what I'm saying. What do you think would be the better outcome if you was booking this? Would you keep him heel or would you kept him face? I mean, you know what I'm saying? What would you done?
I'm keeping him heel the rest of the year until he goes out. I'm having him.
So you're doing the heel turn?
I might actually have him keep the belt and retire, bro.
And then make a new belt.
Yes. And you don't call it the universe, whatever you want to call it. I don't care what you want to call it. Call it any belt you want. Just call it the WWE Championship instead of WWE Universal Championship. You know what I mean?
Because the name of this title right now is called the WWE Undisputed Championship.
Undisputed. I don't know why I say universal. Well, because Roman had a universal and it merged it.
But who better to retire the WWE Undisputed Championship than John Cena?
Yeah.
Who's better?
Yeah. And maybe something like a John Cena could be like, y'all can get this belt back when someone beats my record type shit. I don't know.
True.
Does Randy beat John Cena's record? There's no way you can let him beat it, right?
No.
There's no way.
No, Randy, I don't see Randy get another championship. If he does, it'll be one and done. In
his retirement tour.
Yeah. In his retirement tour, that's it.
Yeah.
But I don't see Randall's getting this championship. Not 17.
Yeah.
I forgot to say one more thing about Karrion Kross because you just brought it to my mind. Some people, when I said last week, I said I don't see Jay as the World Heavyweight Champion. And this is what I mean by this. Someone like a Karrion Kross wearing that belt means so much more than someone like Jay Uso wearing that belt. And I'm just being so fucking honest here. It's the aesthetics. It's the look.
Yeah, the look. That's what you're saying. The look.
The look. I'm not saying he don't deserve it. I'm not saying that's not. I hope people they misunderstood what I said. I meant just off look, like you know what I'm saying. Like Finn Balor, he will look good with a belt. Put it that way, right? But would he look good with a belt compared to someone like
Dominic
Mysterio? Obi? Like what's his name?
Obafemi.
Obafemi. Do you see what
it's like when Jeff Hardy won the belt. Like we all wanted it, but we're like, it doesn't look right though.
You know what? There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Jay Uso with the World Heavyweight Championship give me Jeff Hardy WWE Championship vibes, bro. It
or
gives me
even
that type
a
of vibe.
Kofi Kingston. Like we wanted
Kofi
it.
Kingston.
Yeah.
Mid Carter's with the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It gives me that type of vibe, bro. And again, I wanted Jay to win. I like Jay. I'm all for it. The yeeting, all that. That's all love. I feel it. I feel it.
Yeah.
But just from the aesthetics, look like it's hard for me to buy into it because it just don't.
You got to squint at it to make it make sense. You're like,
put my hat up a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's what I meant.
Yeah.
So I would have really appreciated it if Karrion Kross's first rivalry or his next rivalry after Logan Paul would be Roman Reigns. Now that's blockbuster right there.
Yeah.
That's money. You have two people who look like champions.
Yeah.
You understand?
And next year, word on the street, Roman Reigns might be filming a motherfucking Street Fighter movie. So we might not even see Roman Reigns for a while next year. They just announced it. He might be in a fucking Street Fighter movie, which I love that video game growing up, but
loved it.
Don't take my Roman Reigns away from me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's already taken away from you right now. He got no movie going on. So I guess it would be for a good cause if we could see Roman Reigns play Akuma.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Speaking of which, off topic, give me your favorite Street Fighter character to play with.
Bro, the white guy. I just picked I'm the white guy with the white fucking, I don't remember their names. Yeah, just the main guy or the guy the like Indian guy with the long ass arms. Yeah.
So you like the Sonic Boom Gao, right?
Yeah. Like and then there was I like the Hulk looking motherfucker. He was cool.
Oh, you talking about Zangief, the wrestler, the Russian wrestler guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me Raul. I love Raul. But my number one favorite Street Fighter player was Fei Long. The one that like Bruce Lee.
Okay.
Motherfucker was the quickest player in the game.
Yeah.
He had no power coming out. He had that flaming dragon kick. But that motherfucker will bust your ass, bro.
See, I was Mortal Kombat. I was Mortal Kombat all the way. Yeah, I was Mortal Kombat guy. And then what's it called? Killer Instinct when that game came out. I don't remember none of them character names, but that game was off the chain.
That was like the first like VR game, 360 move around. With combos and shit. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Basically, John Cena, we would have been bitching either way.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm more interested in how they're gonna finish it than how they started it.
Yeah.
Because it started great. Let's be honest. It had the whole internet up in the uproar. Everybody was like, "Oh my god, this is crazy. This is cinema."
Yeah.
But how is it progressing? Not so much. So maybe they could save it with the ending.
At the end. We got some months. Let's keep it WWE, bro. I'm getting sick of WWE advertising people that are not at the motherfucking show. And this
give an example, man.
Liv Morgan I go on WWE.com. I look at future superstars. I'm like, oh shit, Liv Morgan. I get she's filming the movie, bro, but it's been like 2-3 weeks. Filming movies don't take that long, especially if you got a small part like they said Liv Morgan has. So I was like, oh shit, we getting the return of Liv Morgan. Let's go. That's not the only reason I bought the ticket. I would have bought the ticket regardless. But all I'm saying is on WWE website, if you have a featured superstar That featured superstar better fucking be there. That's all I'm saying. Same thing. It happened with last SmackDown. They were like, Cody Rhodes is advertised. Guess who the fuck wasn't there? Cody Rhodes. It's like TKO being like, I mean, they're not going to want it. I should honestly be like, hey, man, I only bought this ticket because Liv Morgan was going to be there. I want my motherfucking money back. Featured superstar. You said she was going to be there. She's not fucking there. Give me my money back.
Why do you think they do that?
Because they're lazy. They're lazy. When you that rich and you making that much money, you lazy.
You're right.
Why take her off? Why take her off the website? That'll probably sell some more tickets anyway. If she ain't there, they'll still be happy anyway. Fuck them.
That's crazy work, bro. Yeah, I can see how you can get that. I mean, hell, we thought when we went to the Raw show in February January. Raw show in January, we thought we was gonna get a Cena because it was a go home show, the Elimination Chamber. We thought we was gonna get a Roman. That was the thing. That was the kicker for us. The Cena thing was more us thinking. But when he said Atlanta, 28th,
all they did was fucking show the fucking video game cover, bro.
I thought we were gonna get the Roman Reigns.
Fucking video game cover. We got Paul Heyman be like, look at this banner of Roman Reigns.
I literally thought we was gonna get a Roman Reigns.
Because remember on January 6th, they're like, when will we see you? He's like, Atlanta or whatever, January 26th or whatever, bro. That shit, I forgot. I totally forgot about that bullshit, bro. And, WWE, you some hoes, bro.
This is yeah. They most definitely fucked that up, bro.
Shit was crazy, bro. Shit was insane, bro. I hate that shit. But speaking about that, let's go to Jonathan Coachman. He says Vince and Triple H and Steph do not talk to each other, bro.
Now, how would he know this shit, bro?
He's the insider,
that's my question
bro.
to Coach.
He's the insider, bro.
He didn't know he got them inside. He the outsider. He don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Do you believe it at all?
No, I don't believe it.
You don't think Vince is petty like that? You don't think Vince is petty like that at all? No. Like he wouldn't talk to the people that basically took his motherfucking job and his daughter.
Listen. So you mean to tell me Triple H ignored the biggest elephant in the room during his Hall of Fame speech to mention that his children's grandfather?
He had to say it because the family aspect of that. You know what I'm saying? He had to be like, it's still my children's grandfather. But when it comes to business, you don't think Vince's motherfucker held a grudge all the time, bro?
Nah, I don't see
all
that.
The time.
I'm sorry, I don't see it. I think Jonathan Coachman is full of shit. You know what I'm saying? I honestly do, and I think there's no way in hell that something like professional wrestling business is keeping that family from talking to each other. That don't make any sense. Jonathan Coachman is full of shit. And I'm gonna follow you up with another word on the street from Jonathan Coachman. He said that MJF will not be a megastar in WWE.
That's insane, bro. That's crazy work.
He said, and this is his reason. He said that how AEW is using MJF right now. He said he feel like he lost steam. And I said, I call bullshit on that. The Hurt Syndicate MJF fucking storyline has been popping.
Yeah.
It has been very good. Jonathan Coachman don't know what the hell he talking about. If I would guarantee you this, if MJF's music hits in the WWE arena, that crowd is going to go nuts.
And MJF would have two instant rivalries with the two biggest names in WWE in CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. That's crazy to say, bro. That's crazy to say. That's crazy to say.
See, Jonathan Coachman is throwing shit out while hoping it sticks. None of this shit is sticking.
Yeah.
He needs to stop. Coachman, we're pulling your card on the 4-4 Heelz show, man. Stop the bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Stop the bullshit.
Hey, hold on. Let me ask you this question. This is the topic I got right here. CM Punk has been in WWE as long as he was in AEW. Since his return, which run is better, his AEW run or this WWE run?
His WWE run has been better. Okay. I will say that. I'm so honest when I say this because his AEW run had too many stoppage, whether it's from injury or for suspension, for fighting and stuff. It was too many stoppage. His WWE run started off kind of that way because he got injured with the arm, but ever since then his run has been much better than AEW. Now, the quality of feuds consistently has been better in AEW than it has been in WWE.
Yeah. All he's really had was Drew. That's it.
No, Drew and Seth was the only two that he had.
Yeah, Seth was. Man, I feel like Seth was so rushed with CM Punk in this WWE. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's still kind of going right now, but not really.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and so let's go ahead and talk about what he had in AEW, right? He had the MJF feud, crazy dog collar matches, one of the craziest dog collar matches I've ever seen. All right. Then he had a crazy, crazy promo with Eddie Kingston. Wow. That was, you talking about, is he shooting or is it work? I don't know. The way that he was spitting back and forth, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, he got into a program with John Moxley. All right. He got into a program. He was also putting over young stars. He got into a match with Powerhouse Hobbs. He had a great match at All In with Samoa Joe.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Who else? He it was right on the tip of my tongue. He had another. Hangman. He had a little song with Hangman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So overall, his WWE run has been better. I will say that. But just the quality of feuds and the quality of matches and feuds is better at AEW, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'll give you that. What you got, bro?
Oh, okay. I saw the other day a Triple H interview. I think he was talking with Schwartz, Andrew Schwartz, right? He said he talks to HBK. He said, let me ask you a question. Can you tell me how many people that you've wrestled with or been in this business with that actually knows the business or actually know what they're doing?
I saw this.
HBK said, I think I can count on one finger, one hand.
Yeah, one hand.
Triple H replies back, I don't think you can feel that hand.
Yeah.
My question is, what the fuck is Triple H talking about? Of all these greats and legends that HBK's wrestled and been in the ring with and been around, how is it possible that he feels like no one truly understands?
Gets the business?
That's what he said. It. And let me ask you, what do you think he means by that?
Do you know who he said is one of those people? Stephanie McMahon. Triple H said that. Triple H said Stephanie McMahon is one of those people that truly gets the business.
So what do you think he's
I think it's just overall everything. Entrance, match, psychology, all that. Like just all of that. All of that. Or it's
Triple
just
H.
them up on their high horse.
It
being
could be
like,
a little bit
I
of both.
know better than y'all.
It could be a little bit of both. And I think it is a little bit of that. Because Triple H did say, he said, I'll give you an example. He said, when I'm telling certain superstars that they're not going over tonight, I can see the body language, how they walk out, and I can tell that that's bothering them. But they don't understand that wins and losses it's not important. It's all about progressing of the storylines and this and other things. It's kind of hard for me to believe that by Triple H's lips, because I think Triple H forgot that he used to be a fucking wrestler. I think Triple H forgot that a lot of people were saying Triple H wouldn't put anybody over, that he would bury people. And if he did, who can blame him? This industry that they're in is a cutthroat industry. So why is it that now that he's on the other side with the suit on, now he's like, you don't understand? But you got to remember, these guys and gals, they put a lot of passion in what they're doing. A lot. So maybe the wins and losses doesn't matter, but they don't view it as literally the wins and losses. They look at a win and loss like a win here means I'm doing this. I'm going somewhere else. I'm getting more recognized. People getting behind me.
That's what I think it is nowadays.
I'm getting buried.
Yeah.
Huh?
I think that's a lot more how it is today. People think if they take a pin in a match that you think less of me now. And the crowd thinks less of me now. When really that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? Ric Flair used to lose all the fucking time. All the time, bro.
That's true.
You know, to win the championship, you have to fucking lose the championship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so he would lose all the time. Same with John Cena. John Cena lost all the time. A lot of people lost all the time. But nowadays, and I think the crowd does see it that way, as that, like, if this person is losing a lot, I don't give a fuck about them anymore. You know what I'm saying? What do they get called? Jobber. That's what they get called nowadays.
Jobbers. Yeah.
If you lose all the time, you're a jobber. When really, you're not necessarily a jobber. You're not necessarily a jobber. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But I kind of find that hard to believe from Triple H, like that many people have been in this industry that just truly just don't know
Just
what it's
don't
really
know.
about, bro.
I think from what they're saying is they don't know how I know it. It's just a cocky thing to say. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. They don't know how I know.
Yeah. Everyone that plays basketball thinks they can be a basketball coach. Ask Larry Bird. He can't. You know what I'm saying? Everyone thinks just because you played the game, you can be this.
Man, Larry Bird took his team to the finals against the Bulls, bro. What do you mean?
No, he never took. No, I'm talking about when he was a coach.
Yes.
No,
he was the coach for that Reggie Miller team that went against
They in the same conference, big dog. They didn't go to no finals.
I mean, the Eastern Conference Finals with the fucking Pacers.
I don't give a fuck, bro. That motherfucker had a 4-year coaching career. Just like Michael Jordan thinking he could be a GM. How good are the Charlotte Hornets?
Oh,
Trash.
okay, yeah, there you
How
go.
How good were the Washington Wizards? Trash. Even with him playing on the goddamn team. Trash.
Yeah.
Trash.
That is
Kansas
true.
City. I think it's just like you get so cocky. You're cocky. Same. Look at LFG, bro. All these motherfuckers think they're the greatest thing since fucking sliced bread. Bubba, Mickey James, Undertaker, fucking Booker T. They all think they're these fucking savants of wrestling, and it's really no. You was good. That's it as a wrestler. That's it.
So let me say that I said this before, but let me reiterate this. I think within the last 4 years, 3-4 years, there's been a large, outstanding number of gatekeepers for this industry now. And I'm not here.
That's all it is. No one knows the business like we do because that's what I said. You know what I'm saying?
Triple H, let me ask you a question, my man. Do you watch sports? I'm pretty sure you do. You have a favorite team? I'm pretty sure you do. You mean to tell me there's been times that your team fucked up, didn't do something right, and you feel like in your mind, this is the way it should have played out?
Yeah.
What's the difference between you doing that to a sports team than a wrestling fan who's watching a product and saying the same thing?
It's like time management with NFL coaches. We all think we can do a way better job, yet these motherfuckers getting paid millions of dollars. I'm getting paid $0 by the NFL. But yet I'm like, I could be way better at time management than that. But really, can I? I don't fucking know.
Right. So it's a lot
I
of
always
things.
say these motherfuckers need to play some Madden, bro, because that'll get you good on some time management.
You're right about that. Listen.
Yeah.
But right quick, shout out to your Cowboys, bro, for having 6 primetime games this year again.
That's what we do, baby. That's what we do every year.
Behind y'all?
Atlanta Falcons.
These guys right here.
Yeah.
But 5. That means the NFL is saying there's something there to be seen with the Atlanta Falcons with Penix at quarterback. And boy, woo, I can't wait for that. That boy he got a rocket on the arm.
Yeah.
But so I just tell me the difference between the two. The Triple H, why is he so against fans being critical of the product? When we watch the product, we buy merch from the product.
Because he knows best. He knows best.
No, he don't. No, he don't.
He thinks he do, and that's all that matters to him, bro.
If he knew best, then he wouldn't need a whole board of 25 writers to tell him what's going on. All right? If he knew best.
And speaking of Triple H, bro, we gonna bring in our residential subject, Vince Russo, and he says all these PLEs and Saturday night main events are way too predictable. He don't even want to watch them, and it all has to do because of Triple H. How you feeling?
He also doubled back up on saying, after he said that, he said Triple H is booking these shows like house shows.
Yeah, house shows. Like I said, they're predictable till they're not, and that might be the strategy. You know what I'm saying? They are.
Just keep giving them predictable. So when it's not predictable, it hits more. Mm-hmm. You know, that could be a strategy. Yeah. But to be honest with you, even though the WWE isn't as hot like it was at WrestleMania 40, even though we're starting to see a little bit cracks in the armor, it's still not a bad product. It's still hitting on some cylinders. You know what I mean? I just feel like, and Triple H, one thing I do like about Triple H more than Vince is that Triple H do actually give a fuck about the in-ring product more than Vince do in some ways. Yeah. But I still feel like the in-ring product should be better in the WWE. Yeah. I mean, for the talent that they have over there, they should be having matches like AEW. Not all the time, but shit. Give us the main event at least bang, bang or something. It should be more consistency and great matches. Because I was sitting here thinking about it the other day. I was like, when was the last time I said WWE had a banging match? And I had to think all the way back into the triple threat match at WrestleMania 41 with the ladies. That was the last time I said that was a banging ass match, and that shit was fucking great. Before that, I can't remember, bro.
I mean,
I
before
sung the
that,
praises.
I would say the night before with the triple threat with the men, Roman, Seth, and CM Punk. That was a banging match. Banging match.
But that's a banging match on a different level. That's a banging match on a storytelling level. But I'm talking about just in-ring action. Like there was that trios match for the women.
Yeah.
The only match that I could think of up to that time that I was singing praises to how good the match really was AJ Styles versus Karrion Kross on Monday Night Raw.
That was a good one.
But other than that, like there was times where there was matches like every once in a while I'm like, yo, that was a fucking badass match from WWE. Now it's getting far in between.
Yeah.
What do you think, man?
I mean, you're not getting the banging matches. I think if we never watched AEW, we would think a lot more matches were banging.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was setting it up, but you already took that, damn it, bro. You do this shit all the time. You set shit up, then you beat me to the punch. Listen, that's exactly where I was going.
Yeah.
This AEW. Maybe it's not WWE's fault.
Yeah, maybe it's not. They're doing the same thing they've been doing. Yeah.
Maybe we're getting so much of a dopamine rush of watching AEW, and then when we switch over to WWE, it's like, oh man,
this is slow. It's not at the pace. Like it's just we're jaded on both sides. Like we compare storytelling in AEW to storytelling in WWE,
right?
And we compare matches to WWE like we do to AEW. It's a double-edged sword, bro. We're getting cut on both sides, bro.
Here we go. Here's a perfect analogy. Watch this. AEW is like a roller coaster, right?
Yeah.
You get off that roller coaster and you go into the tube float. That's WWE's matches right there. It's still fun. You're in the water. You chilling. You riding. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's going slow. It's a lot more calmer. You know what I'm saying? But it's still fun. Then the roller coaster was boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
So again, is it really WWE's fault, or is it really the fans' fault for watching AEW and our dopamine is so just like, oh, this shit is fucking nuts, and then we watch WWE and we get disappointed because they don't have that same type of pace.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who Liv and Raquel won the tag team belts from right before WrestleMania, and it was on Raw, and it was a banging match, and I can't remember the other fucking two, bro.
Oh, I don't know. Against, Bianca and Naomi, right?
There you go. Yes, it was. It was Bianca, Naomi, Liv, and Raquel. That was a banging match. That was.
I forgot about that match. Yep. That was on Raw. Yeah, that was a good match.
One. And then keeping up with the Vince Russo doesn't say surprises. Right when Liv and Raquel lose the belts to Becky and Lyra Valkyria at WrestleMania the next Monday night, 2 days later, fucking Liv and Raquel win the belts back. That's another surprise we didn't see coming.
Yeah.
So like there is some aspect to surprises. It's just like if you surprise every fucking pay-per-view and every Saturday night main event, then it's not surprises no more. Then it is predict. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's again a double-edged sword. Is it predictable? Is it not predictable? If it becomes unpredictable, then it becomes predictable. You know what I'm saying? Like
I fully agree.
It's kind of a null and void. Yeah.
To piggyback on to Vince Russo, here goes another one for you. Vince Russo had a whole list of what makes you a wrestling mark. And a lot of that stuff on that list, I was like, okay, now you're just fucking being banished. You know, one of the things he said,
Marks?
He said, if you walk around the arena with a championship on your shoulder, you're a mark. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
They sell the fucking belts. What do you want them to sell it and that nobody buy them?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand this man, Vince Russo. He has this love-hate relationship with pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, he hates pro wrestling so much, but yet he makes his money from pro wrestling by talking about it. Right?
Yeah. Do I want a belt to put right here? Absolutely. Would I carry it at an event? Hell no. I'm not carrying that shit around. No. Do I want one? Absolutely. Am I carrying one around? Fuck no.
I wouldn't do it. But I don't look down on other people who do.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't think that's a bad thing. That at a wrestling show, so you mean to tell me at a wrestling show with a wrestling belt that's strange?
No,
come on. Look,
it's not strange, but I'm not carrying that bitch around.
Vince Russo, bro. I don't know what's up with this dude. I don't know if his old age is getting to him. I don't
He's
know
a
what's
mark.
going on.
He's
a mark. He's a low-key mark, and he hates it every morning when he looks in the mirror. Hey,
Yeah.
Vince Russo, maybe you're talking about yourself, buddy.
Yeah. Remember when you left WWE and then ended WCW? Remember that, bro? And shit, hold on. That's one of my word on the streets, bro. What killed WCW? Was it Nash beating Goldberg and ending the streak? Or was it a week later with the finger poke of death, bro?
Neither.
Neither?
Neither.
You don't think any of, because right after the finger poke of death, that's when NWO kind of came back together. They tried to force it again. And you don't think any of those things had anything to do with the downfall of WCW?
I don't think any of those things particularly had a long cause of why WCW fell, but I do think it was a accumulation of multiple things that helped WCW downfall. And the number one thing that I feel like it was the merger of AOL and Time Warner.
Yeah. But no, I'm saying on screen, bro. What was the on-screen moments?
Shit, if you want to do that, it was goddamn David Arquette winning the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. That had to do something to do with that. Shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just saw a clip of WCW the other day where they were like, the ring was surrounded by a pool and they kept having like spots in the pool where Ric Flair went over in the pool. I was like, oh man, that's so corny, bro.
That sounds like a Vince Russo booking.
But the finger poke of death, bro. That was a big black eye to WCW, bro. That shit was stupid.
Why do everybody keep referring back to that? Like, I don't,
because it was just a spot in professional wrestling we thought we would never see.
I mean, but it was all like, it was supposed to happen that way because they were teaming back up again.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
I get that, but like I don't know. You just could have did it a different way than doop.
So how would you have done it then?
I just
have him lay down in the ring and then
so
just have
I
Hogan
don't
pin
know.
him?
It was just this poke that was like, you should have done that, bro. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't think that was like, oh no, this is the worst thing ever. Because I've seen worse.
Yeah.
I've seen hella worse. You know, I just feel like
that mimosa match in AEW was pretty bad.
That's crazy. No, I'm gonna tell you, the worst match I've seen in AEW was the fucking exploding barbed wire match between Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston, and that shit was wow. That was horrible, bro. That was bad. I feel like the wrestling community is a bunch of herd thinkers. And what I mean by herd thinkers, no one offers an independent thought about anything. And if you offer independent thought outside of what everybody else is thinking, they're going to castrate you by it. Like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. No, just because a lot of you motherfuckers agree on one thing don't make it true and don't make it right. That means a lot of you motherfuckers are wrong. That's what I look at it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, the eye test. You know what I'm saying? WCW was already on his way doing this already. It was already doing this. Okay?
It was.
There was no saving it unless proper booking and proper upper management was getting behind it. The management wasn't getting behind it. They didn't care about the product anymore because they sold it. They sold it, merged with a company. So as soon as they had the first chance, hey, let's get this off our hands. I don't want pro wrestling on my channel anymore. That's what they were saying. They did. They got it off their hands. Yeah. So even Eric Bischoff wanted to buy it. He said, let me buy WCW. And they said, sure, you can buy WCW. You can buy the names, the tapes, and everything, but you can't have airtime. And he said, without airtime, there's no point of having WCW.
Yeah. And then Vince said, I'll buy it.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I don't like herd thinking type shit, bro. I see so many people say the finger poke of doom, and it be motherfuckers who wasn't even watching wrestling around that time or even alive watching wrestling about the finger poke of doom. So finger poke of doom, Kevin Nash killed WCW. Bro, you wasn't even watching WCW. How the fuck would you know? You know
I think also, what was it when like Hogan won the belt or something, but then Vince came out later and was like, nah, we're doing this match again. And then Booker T won the belt. That was another black eye on WCW, bro. Remember that pay-per-view? Like Hogan, and then Hogan left the building. While Hogan was gone, Vince Russo comes back out.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, we're doing another championship match. It was like, so we got 2 champions now? He's like, no, Hogan shit don't matter. He fucked y'all over. He's got creative control. He broke kayfabe on TV, basically, and then gave Booker the belt at the end. Shout.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was
That was
Booker
with
T,
Jeff Jarrett.
yeah,
Jeff Jarrett laid down for him,
yeah.
and
Jeff
he's
Jarrett
like, "This
just
what you
laid
want?"
down. And
Yeah,
Hogan
yeah,
pitted him. Yeah, like without the finger poke, basically. Fucking.
yeah.
And then like Booker T, I'd be like, I'm not fucking winning the belt off this bullshit. Like if I was Booker T, you know what I'm saying? But again, you ain't got control. You signed the dotted line, my friend.
So someone always they ask me, well, who you think killed WCW? I said I always want to say this: deaths by 1,000 cuts. That's all it is.
It was a bunch
That
of
is
it was every factor.
every factor helped helped kill that company. Deaths
Hell
by
yeah.
1,000 cuts. That's the easiest way I can say it. So
Hell yeah.
I don't want to pinpoint anybody like that because everybody contribute to the death of WCW. So
yeah. What you got, bro?
let me see here. We got. I'm gonna say that one because I'm cracking jokes on that boy. Can we, as pro wrestlers, I've heard Will Ospreay's couple of interviews. Like I actually seen the interviews, and something that keeps popping up in these pro wrestlers interviews. Doesn't matter from WCW, WWE or AEW. They keep saying the same thing or close to similar to it. Will Ospreay said, they asked Will Ospreay, said, if you can live in any state in America, like what actual city would you go? He said, I like Orlando, you know. He said, but and I don't like that because I took my son there, you know what I'm saying, for Disney. He said, but I want my space. You know, I understand, bro, you know, this next, but I need my space. And that's something I want to talk about. The pro wrestlers in the airport. Why can we, us as fans, I feel like we feel like we're so entitled. Oh, a wrestler's at the airport. I need their autograph. I need a picture with them. Oh, I buy their merch. I support them. I go to the show, so they deserve this to me. That's not how it goes. These people travel like crazy. In the last spot, I don't know if you guys ever been to the airport frequently, but I have. And the last thing you want to do in the middle of the airport is stop and take autographs and take pictures, bro. Like,
I don't even want. I'm a regular person. I don't even want to talk to people at the airport.
I don't want to talk to nobody, bro.
You sit to me next to the flight. Don't fucking talk to me.
Don't talk to me. Unless you was like one of the dudes who sat next to me on the flight and bought me a beer, we can fucking talk. You know what I'm saying?
What about Soraya or Paige, fan trying to make out with her at a fucking at a meet and greet, bro? Try to kiss her on the lips, bro.
Try to kiss her on the mouth, and then she said, "Not only you try to kiss me in the mouth, wash your ass, you stink, you're musty." You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I overstand. I understand where the wrestlers coming from and why they look at us as fans in a certain light, because there's a large majority of us. Let me tell you something. Wrestling fans like you and I, is what they call civilized wrestling fans. You know what I'm saying? We'll go to the shows, we'll shoot our pot, we'll talk our shit. Yeah. But, you know, we don't never see us. Like, honestly, if I've seen wrestlers before, and I'm like, oh, shit, there's goddamn Booker T right there. Yeah. I ain't going to go up to him, hey, Booker, let me get... Nah. Yeah. I've never been that type of person. You know what I mean? So I think it's really up to the wrestler itself. Like, if you're in a different setting, that picture you sent me of Rhea from your boy, it was in Dallas? Yeah.
At the airport.
Apparently she was in a good mood. She was okay with it. She had no problem. Maybe because it was like a lot of people around and it was like a quick little, that's cool. But you can't get mad at the wrestler for not wanting to take pictures, for not wanting to sign autographs, because I hear so many people bitching and complaining. And then on top of that, we have some of our fan base stalking these women wrestlers.
That's crazy.
What is that all about?
Crazy work.
What is wrong with these people? Yeah. Like, they are human beings too. They do something for a living. They go back to their home. They want their privacy. You standing outside their home. First of all, how the fuck do you find out where they live?
It's crazy. They find out their flight information. I get you might be coming into Atlanta, but I'm not just going to stand at the airport waiting for your ass. That's crazy.
I've never been that type, bro. I've never been that type. Like, I don't care. And I'm gonna give you an example. We invited Karrion Kross to come on to our podcast. He hasn't responded. I'm not gonna push the issue.
You're not gonna be like, why haven't you responded, bro?
I'm pretty sure Karrion Kross got 1,000 reasons why he want to be on the for Heelz podcast. If I got something to do with how the fuck we talk about shit, I don't know, bro. I'm pretty sure he's like, come on, guys. But I don't know. But it doesn't matter. we're not going to stress the issue. These people are deserving to do what they need to do. They get paid money to do a job. They do it. They're not obligated to fulfill your needs outside of what they're supposed to do when you buy the ticket, when you step in the gate. That's it. And people jumping on these women and getting crazy like that, bro, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't got no mothers. Y'all ain't got no sisters. You ain't got no nieces. You know what I mean? Like, how would you feel?
They just got some screws loose.
Bro, I promise you right now, any of my girls, bro, it's gonna be some shooting going on.
It's gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be a big problem, bro.
Yeah.
Shit. I'm not doing it, bro. So I don't understand it. I honestly wish it would stop. And I think I wanted to just take this time apart of Word on the Street and call that shit out. Bro, stop that bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
Stop that bullshit. Because what you're gonna do is gonna fuck it up for everybody.
Yeah. They need to get some charter flights, bro, or something like NBA shit. You know what I'm saying? NFL
I thought they
shit.
did. I thought they had like a whole WWE plane.
I think
that was Vince's by himself.
It's just Vince Triple H shit. I think they just take regular ass flights, bro. But I got one more, bro.
Let's go.
I saw it right before we got on. Travis Scott, Money in the Bank plans, bro. How you feeling?
And what plan is that? He's on Wrestle?
I don't know, bro. We don't know, bro.
So,
we don't know. Maybe this motherfucker wins Money in the Bank, bro. We don't know.
God, bro, don't say that. Bro,
do wrestling fans even like Travis Scott around at all?
No,
I don't think so either.
He's an outsider.
Yeah,
he's an outsider. So, and I heard somebody compare this shit, and I was like, bro, even I would say bullshit on that. You can't compare the two. You can't compare Travis Scott to Logan Paul. Ain't no fucking way in hell.
Not even close.
It's not even close. And I don't even rock with Logan Paul, but I will give him enough respect to be like, hey, bro, that's wrong. You can't compare.
Can't do that shit,
nah.
bro.
It was two celebrities. I'm like, no, bro.
Yeah.
One of them actually puts in work. All right.
Yeah. And one of them looks like Earthworm Jim, that old video game, bro.
Shit. Oh, there you go, bro.
Man, no one wants you, Travis Scott. We're good.
Nobody want to see his punk ass, bro. No, I'm so sorry, man. No, we don't want to see it. Triple H, that shit ain't working, bro.
Yeah.
That shit ain't bringing new eyes to the product, man. I'm so sorry. That shit ain't working. So we're gonna leave one rapper to the final Word on the Street to go to another so-called wannabe rapper. I saw something the other day on NXT and I had to cringe. I saw Trick Williams trying to rap, talking about don't want to be another average Joe. Trick Williams, your rapping skills below average, my guy.
Yeah. And he probably had 5 riders, but I don't. Probably shitty riders.
Bro,
there.
You can have 5 riders all you want to, but they can't help you with the cadence of the song, bro. You offbeat. He's spitting the verse all offbeat, and I know these things because me being a recording artist, I know what this shit supposed to sound like. Yeah. This motherfucker was trash, and then you hear Booker T in the background hyping this man up. Now it made me start thinking about.
He had to, bro.
Oh,
had to.
Yeah. Oh. This made me start thinking about Trick Williams, bro. I was like, wait a minute, my man's name is Trick Williams.
Yeah, whoop that trick, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna get away with it.
Terrence Howard got bars.
There was a time in hip hop history when you couldn't say ho, they would say trick.
Yeah. Right?
For one, I find that very strange that my man would call himself a trick, and he's a dude, but maybe he is a trick. Maybe he likes to sleep with a lot of women. That's one thing. But one thing I don't get is when he comes out to the ring, the crowd says, whoop that trick. Yeah. But Trick is his name, so y'all want Trick to get his ass whooped.
Yeah, so it's kind of ass backwards. It's ass backwards, yeah.
Trick Williams, please don't rap no more. Don't rap no more. And I'm so sorry, not every black person can rap. All right, so no, just because you black don't mean you can rap. He can't rap at all, bro. He was missing words. He I don't know what was wrong with him. He forgot his words or something. He was like, yeah. I was like, no. He messed up. Trick Williams need not rap no more. He was. I know it was an angle he has with Joe Hendry. Yeah. You know, saying I ain't no average Joe, but bro, on the mic you below average, my man. Don't do that no more. Don't do that no more. There was half the crowd wasn't even rocking with him. Half the crowd wasn't even rocking with him, except for that little pocket of people that just go crazy every time. But they ain't like that damn song.
Yeah.
Speaking about NXT, Javon Evans, you got crow to eat, bro, man. You got a large piece of crow pie to eat.
Canceled.
You want to get into it, my man?
NXT show was canceled in Tampa, but yet he making fun of Ricochet. Come on. I know we got some AEW cancellations. We're not oblivious to it. But like,
we actually haven't. Except for the
they double recorded. Yeah, they double recorded one. I get it. We're not gonna call it like AEW doesn't get some cancellations every now and again. But Javon, you said motherfuckers wrestling in front of 2,000 people, blah 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 blah. Bro, you couldn't even sell 2,000 tickets, bro. You couldn't even sell two.
Exactly.
They still had a whole stadium to fill, bro. They canceled that shit real quick, bro.
Exactly. And it goes back to speaking too fast, too soon. They needed to put the Y into some goddamn media training section or some shit because he's off bases with that shit, bro. And for you to talk shit about Ricochet, because Ricochet haven't just been in WWE. Ricochet's been in the fucking Lucha Underground. He's been
around the world.
He's been around the world. He's going to go down as one of the greats to do it. Yeah. He's a legend. He's going to be a legend. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is, I feel like Javon Evans feeling himself a little bit too much. Okay, I'm going to tell you in the words of Kevin Nash, take a shower, hit the gym, gain some weight.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do, man. Like, because like Kevin Nash said, because if this where the business is, what he said with Punk, he said, because this is where the business is, well, the champion looks like a short order cook from Waffle House.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, he had me dying laughing when he said that about Punk, bro. He said, hit the gym, take a shower, and call me when you ready, bro.
That shit hilarious. That's hilarious, true. Bro.
And you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. But other than that, bro, don't rap no more Trick Williams.
Don't rap no more, bro. NXT people, y'all just need to chill. That's all. Y'all need to chill.
They overly hype everything, bro.
Yeah. Y'all need to chill. Y'all need to chill.
And I really didn't like that fucking segment between I saw a little clip of that. It was Ricky Saints and fucking
Ethan Page.
That shit was horrible.
With
bro.
Ava in the middle.
That was horrible, bro.
It was too cartoonish, I feel like. It was like
everybody's talking over everybody. When nobody is like, you couldn't even understand what was going on.
Yeah. Shit was crazy.
To all those people, just a couple of months ago, saying that NXT is whooping TNA, AEW, boo boo. Better nah. I don't think so. I don't hear y'all saying shit now.
Yeah,
hey, that shit went.
They quiet. They're like,
they quiet all the way.
Let's pump the brakes a little bit. Let's pump these brakes.
Yeah. You got anything else, my guy?
I'm good, brother.
What a wonderful show this week, man. We hit on all cylinders, got everything in, got everything done.
Yeah, yeah. And hold up, I did see Javon Evans. I saw him do a move online, right, on Tuesday, and he like hit the butt on the bottom of the rope, and then came back, bounce. Then I went and watched Collision after I saw that because I watched Collision last night. I seen Lio Rush do the move first, bro.
And Lio Rush does it all the time. He does it all the time.
So Javon Evans stealing from Lio Rush.
It's a biter.
That's crazy, bro.
Javon Evans.
I don't know. I feel like it's okay to steal moves in wrestling as long as it's not a finisher, I guess you could say.
Right.
I don't know the protocol on it. Let me ask you that question. One last question. What's a finisher that should never be done by another person ever again? And I think my answer is the tombstone from Undertaker.
I agree. I very agree. I think.
Is there any other moves? Like
no,
maybe a rock bottom, but you got the manhandle slam. Stunner, you got KO. Is it just tombstone? No one should ever do the tombstone pile driver again.
Tombstone shouldn't be used, and definitely in capacity that is being used in right now.
Yeah.
People kicking out from that shit, you know. But shout out to Julia Hart for doing the Undertaker shit. Not the Damian Priest fucking tightrope.
Yeah,
but she did the Undertaker one. She just came down. Did it look good. So shout out to Julia Hart on that. But you know, the tombstone,
it's just a tombstone, right?
Yeah, they've been doing a lot lately, and it's not even a finish move. It's a transitional move to something else.
Yeah. Same with HBK's super kick. They use that shit 18 times a match, you know, whatever. But I love it. I like seeing it, all that. I like seeing the Young Bucks super kick the shit out of everyone in a sequence. I'm a fan of it.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, rightfully so, they're good tag team. They fucking good. Like last night proved even more. But I want to see a one-on-one match between Nick Jackson and fucking Swerve. That shit was fucking great. Whatever that chemistry they got in that ring, bro.
Yeah. I want to see the fucking Young Bucks versus each other, bro. step
Ooh.
step
I
that
don't think I ever
Uso
seen
game
that.
up. See what happens, bro.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. I don't think I ever faced up. Damn.
That'd be crazy.
I'm asking you this: who you think is a better Young Buck, Nick or fucking Matt?
Bro, honestly, I'm still trying to tell them apart most of the time.
I think
I'm like,
Nick.
which one's that? Hold up, which one
I
is
think it's
that?
Nick. I
Is
think
that
it's
Matthew?
Nick to me.
Is that Nicholas? I don't fucking know, bro. But I love them
Matthew's
both, bro.
Yeah, they great. They good. They're good. I didn't realize how much I needed them back until they started wrestling. I'm like, there it is.
Yep.
There it is.
Yep.
But they're good.
I say them versus Hurt Syndicate all in. That's what I want to see.
Ooh. The size difference, but
yeah, it does. They got
speed and
the
agility.
athleticism.
They
Not
got
the athleticism, but just the springiness to them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they're more athletic than Shelton Benjamin.
And they're a better tag team than Hurt Syndicate.
They're more
Like,
cohesive. Yeah, for sure.
That
For sure.
That would be something right there.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
All right, bro. Nothing else?
Yes. Something else.
All right.
Let's get into some controversial shit right quick, bro. Kanu Carver, right?
Canoe Carver.
Is that how you pronounce his name?
I have no idea because no one knows who this motherfucker is until he put Roman Reigns' name in his mouth, bro.
I have a problem with people saying things like this. It comes off definitely people from the black community. They say shit like this because you use slang, you dress a certain way, you listen to a certain music. They think you're trying to culture
appropriation.
Right.
Why can't it be a culture shout out? Like, hey man, I love what y'all are doing over there.
Or maybe it's just how these motherfuckers grew up. Like I don't understand that. Like they think
are you,
everything.
You talking about the Samoans?
Yeah.
Acting black, if you will.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Like big air quotes on that shit, acting black. And if he did his research about Samoans, there's black, there's African in their bloodline in Samoans. So
Rock's dad's black, bro.
Like really, Soul Man Rocky Johnson, yeah.
His mom's a Samoan part. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, even in the Samoan culture, like even their lineage of how they come about, like they said, like a Vietnamese was like a Chinese and a French and something else mixed together. A black, a Native American, and an Asian is making Samoans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they have that in them. And I can tell you right now, Mr. Carver, if you haven't been to the Bay Area or if you haven't met someone from the Bay Area, they are like that out there. That is 100% true. Like they ain't no faking no phone. They are raised like that. They are like that. And if you look at some of the older videos of the Usos, when Rikishi was talking about his little shit and they were young, they was rocking fucking football jerseys and fucking do-rags.
Yeah.
Bro, they're from San Francisco, California.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns is from Pensacola, Florida. He spent some time in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at Jacob.
I said Roman probably looks the most white out of all of them.
Well, because his mom is. That's
why.
His mom's white. But, bro, look at Jacob 5'2".
Yeah. I wouldn't fuck with him.
Nah. Bro, I saw this video of Jacob 5'2". I think he was kind of blasted. It was like, I guess it was at some kind of funeral or something. He dropped the N-word like 1,000 times, but no one said a damn thing about it because that shit rolls off so damn smooth. Like this motherfucker, he motherfucker been around, been around the block a whole lot. Him and Zilla.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Do you think, okay, so obviously it's not the N-word in WWE that people are kind of mad about that they're culture appropriating. So like, why are you mad about it? I don't get that part. Like, if you want to steal, I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. Like,
he's saying,
what are you stealing from?
The swag, the slang, the grills in their mouth. He's saying that's all fucking black culture, but it's street
So do they
culture.
have to be like Grayson Waller? I mean, I don't like, you know what I'm saying? I don't get how they're supposed to act is what I'm asking.
See, that's what I'm saying. There is no bad way. And matter of fact, I've always said this, and I'm gonna say it again. If you are in the black community and you say this type of things, you're doing the black community more of a disfavor than actual favor, because you're saying that this is all we about.
Yeah. Because I would say Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley don't act like Samoans.
Right.
But they're black.
Right. Right. So because they got business suits and they hold themselves into a certain class, are we
Yeah.
going to say their culture or appropriation because they trying to act white?
Yeah.
Is that what we're going to say about the Hurt Syndicate? No, we're not,
Yeah.
because it comes in different ways. It's all about where you was raised up.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
And a lot of people, to me, it's funny. A lot of people, to me, they're like, you only date black girls. I was like, man, I used to like whatever liked me. That was my thing. Like whatever liked me, that's what I
like
liked.
it back.
And then, I like hopped on a podcast one time on someone else's podcast, and before I got my video up, they thought I was black too. But I'm white as shit, bro. I'm white as shit. So I don't know what that means. I'm very confused about the black thing. You know what I'm saying?
And like I said, and that's the shit that it pisses me off, because it's like they criticize black people who don't act black. Oh, he's trying to act white. Well, because he can speak properly, or because he was raised in the suburbs, or like what? So that means he's not black. Like I never understood that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like with Julia and the fucking hair thing, right?
Yeah.
She got her hairs in fucking box braids. Okay, for one, it's a tribute to a friend who used to wear hair like that. All right.
Yeah. That
and if you don't,
fucking died or killed herself, but died.
Right.
Yeah.
So, two, there is no way impossible that you can gatekeep a fucking hairstyle, because I can promise you, it didn't originate where you think it originated from. I promise you that. you'd be surprised braids and things like that would originated from. You'd be surprised. So I'm just saying, calm that shit down. And for the dude who said that about Roman Reigns, the bloodline, it sounds like fucking jealousy. That's what it sounds like.
The Evolve guy just trying to make it to NXT, trying to make it to the main roster. And he thinks talking shit to the number one paid person in the company is going to do it. That's crazy, bro.
Nah, it's not.
Can I say one person who did culture appropriate was Rikishi Boys. What was it? Too Hot? Scotty Too Hot? Them motherfuckers.
But you know what?
What was the other guy? It was Scotty Too Hot. I forget the other dude's names.
And
Too Cool. That was their name. Too Cool.
Scotty Too Hottie. What was the other? Grandmaster Sexy.
Yeah.
Brian Williams, or whatever his name. It was Jerry Lawler's kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But guess what? They didn't talk. They didn't have a slang. They just danced and fucking came out.
Yeah.
They didn't start, you know what I'm saying? Again, I don't know, bro. It's like I have a complete different perspective about shit like that. You can't gatekeep the culture and then cry at the same breath, say, why no one understands our culture. What the fuck?
I think too, people only have a problem with it now because guess who had braids back in the day and cornrows? Road Dogg.
Exactly. No one said anything about that.
No one gave a shit in the 90s, early 2000s. No one gave a shit, bro.
No one.
Maybe people did. We just didn't have the internet. I don't know.
No one gave a shit, bro. No one gave a shit, bro. No one gave a shit.
Yeah.
But it's like, Road Dogg, listen to how he talked, bro. Yeah. Listen, like, I promise you, I don't base it off your culture, what you look like. I base it off where you're from. If you grew up around certain type of people, you're going to pick up their slang, you're going to pick up their style. This is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean you're culture appropriating. This is what it is.
Yeah. You culture relevant. That's it. Your culture. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a friend. It was a white dude, but he was adopted by a black family.
Yeah.
He was adopted.
Yeah.
This motherfucker was cool as fuck. And he knew everything inside and out. He never thought he was black, but he had that swag about him.
Yeah.
And he used to get so much shit. I used to hate it. Oh, you trying to be black? Nah, bro. His fucking mom and is black. His foster parents is black. What the fuck, man?
Bro, I remember in high school, a couple people, black people, would be like, "You can say it." I said, "Nah, I'm good." I said, "Nah, I'm good."
They was giving you the pass, bro. They gave me the pass.
I said, "You gonna fight for me if that, you know?" No, I'm not saying I'll pass. I'll pass on the pass.
You're not fooling me with the old pass.
That's
trick,
remember what was that? Remember that shit with the football players on the Miami Dolphins, the white guy, and then the whole team was like he was given the pass, and then Stephen A got on like TV and was like, "There's no such thing as the past." I was like, "Bullshit! There is a past.
There is.
That exists." But
because Samoans have it.
Yeah.
Asians have it.
Mexicans have it. Yeah. And a few select one of us.
Have it, bro. For real. No lie. Shit, you know another person who could say that shit and nobody would get mad? Gary Owens, the comedian.
Oh yeah, but he never, he got a joke about it. Yeah. He said, "I pay the bills in the house. I don't even say that shit." He said,
"Yeah, motherfucker said, Black Twitter said, stay in your lane, stay in my lane." He said, "I helped put a black kid through college."
Yeah.
He said, "What more lane do I need to be in?" That wasn't even mine. It wasn't even my kid.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That shit's hilarious, bro.
Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Shame on y'all if y'all fucking
people
feel
take
that
it
way.
too serious. People take
too serious.
And I know there is some instances where it is serious for certain people. But overall, it's just that's the best thing about America. We all blended.
That's blended. It. One melting pot. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Show more love, less hate. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's all it needs to be. Shit.
Yeah.
Bring it together, man. But
yeah. Bro, I remember one time I was in the bathroom with a white friend and this motherfucker was taking a shit. I was just pissing and he was just dropping that. And then a black dude walked in, dropping it. And I was like, oh. And I didn't want to be like, "Hey, bro, don't say that."
Right.
But he was always a white dude that would, those white dudes that always say that shit.
Yeah.
And then this motherfucker like got out of the the stall. He said, "Oh, he the fear in his eyes when he saw a black dude." It was so funny, bro. It made me laugh so bad.
Though.
I said, "You on your own, bro."
Hey, what you at?
I was like, "I'm not defending that. I wasn't gonna speak." Nope, sir.
But nothing happened though, right? It was just...
Nah. The black dude was just like, "You need to chill, bro." Yeah, the black dude was like, "You need to stop saying that to my friend." Yeah. And I was like, "I've been telling you need to stop saying that shit."
I don't know, man. I've been called it, and that shit bounced off me like a fucking bouncing ball.
In a negative way, though. You got called it in a negative way.
I got called it a negative way, and it didn't affect me. I started laughing at it, matter of fact.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm supposed to be offended by that shit? No,
yeah.
It don't offend me at all. That shit, that word has no power because you give words power.
You think Jacob, Jay, Jimmy, Solo, they use that word? All that?
Yeah.
I feel like Jacob for sure does.
Bro, I seen Jacob use it, and I seen Jay and Jimmy use it in New York City, in downtown. Somebody filmed it. Like, these niggas over here, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Jimmy's DUI arrest, bro. That shit is so. He said, "I'm an athlete, but I had knee surgery, so I can't walk straight." And the motherfucker's like, "What do you do?" He's like, "I'm a wrestler." He's like, "So you be in the ring wrestling?" He's like, "Yeah, but I can't walk straight, bro."
yeah, man. It's like I said, I understand people can get upset because they real sensitive about shit like that, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can't be too serious about shit like that. Definitely, like you can tell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What they used to call back in the day, like growing up, it was called posers. Them boys ain't posing, bro. I promise you that. That shit ain't posing at all, bro. So
I would say if there was, because like Jimmy, Jay, Solo, they didn't grow up in no hood. The Rikishi was. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we don't know
think
that.
I don't think they grew up like Jacob grew up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. True.
Jacob probably got more street cred than Jimmy, Jay, Roman, Solo. Especially you've seen Solo's old TikTok videos or whatever. Dancing like a damn clown in the kitchen.
Oh, listen. But the thing is, you don't have to grow up in the hood to talk like that. You could just be outside. You could be outside and grow up in an area right. If you grew up in Gwinnett, this is a multicultural fucking county. So many cultures out here.
Yeah. You're
gonna pick up on that stuff. Definitely if you grew up in Lawrenceville, bro. I met so many people from Lawrenceville, white. These motherfuckers is just like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. I don't be like, "Oh, you're culture proper," bro. It's what it is. And they ain't faking either. They're 100% with it. So that's it's about where you grew up at, bro. You know what I mean? And coming from San Francisco, California, and Oakland, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Look, if the Samoans are doing it, it's better than Cody Rhodes doing it. You know what I'm saying?
And then Cody Rhodes got the pass. Cody Rhodes get the pass, bro.
Yeah, he do. Fuck, I forgot about that, bro. Brandy.
That's it. He gets the pass. So that's it, man.
Yeah.
Cut the bullshit out. That's what we saying.
Yeah.
4-4 Heelz, Aaron McKee, Steph Ronin. Word on
Love
the street.
everybody.
Keep that shit going.
Yeah.
Till next time. Signing out.
Peace.
Deuces.
Like, comment, subscribe.